Hello guys, Emmanuel from Geekception here, and the big WWDC announcement has come and gone. Now there were many rumors, there were expectations, I'm sure there were lots of disappointments as well, and if you're an iPad user, you either have my congratulations or most likely my condolences. Now an event filled with so many features, releases, and perhaps non-releases, well today I'll be sharing some of my favorite iPadOS 15 features after using it for 24 hours. Let's begin. Welcome back and let's get into it. Now there were many rumors of Apple releasing Pro apps for the iPad, thanks in part to the massive power in their newly released M1 iPads. Well, those rumors were not true at all. What Apple gave us instead were widgets on the home screen. I mean, of course, you need 16 gigabytes of RAM to run that, right? Well, if you purchased an M1 iPad Pro in the hopes of using Final Cut or Logic on the iPad, well, my condolences once again. As someone who kept his 2020 12.9-inch iPad Pro, well, I am so glad I waited for WWDC, and since I've started using iPadOS after downloading the developer beta yesterday, I've noticed some pleasant surprises that I'll be sharing with you today. Number one, an improved Files app. One of the features that has been missing for so long has been a transfer indicator when copying files in the Files app. Now, finally here on iPadOS 15, there's a notification to let you know the status of file transfers, and you no longer have to wait and guess whether a file is done transferring or not. Now, this is one feature that many people like me who transfer larger files to edit on their iPad will appreciate. Now, since I edit videos on LumaFusion, I transfer a lot of huge files, and it used to be such an hassle to gauge when a file had finished transferring, but now I do not have to wonder anymore. Another nifty thing in the Files app is that you can now click and drag to select files just like on Finder, and this will make selection a whole lot easier. Number two, landscape iPhone apps. Perhaps you're a certain multi-billion-dollar company who has the top social media and messaging apps. Perhaps you are also, as the multi-billion-dollar company that you are, you cannot be asked to release an iPad version for your very popular photo sharing social network, right? Well, starting with iPadOS 15, you can now enjoy said app in landscape mode. You do not have to awkwardly rotate your device anymore whenever you use an iPhone app on the iPad, and I really like that. Number three, low power mode. Just like on the iPhone, we now get low power mode on the iPad. And I've always wondered why the iPad never got this mode, but now I do not have to wonder anymore. Now to enable it, all you have to do is go to the settings, battery, and you can toggle it on from there. And one thing I noticed when you turn on low power mode is that the screen dims a little bit, and I think the refresh rate is reduced. I'm not quite sure there, but it looks like it when I look at it in my eye. And I think if you really need that extra battery power, you're not really going to mind much. Now, something that is missing here though is that there is no way to check your battery health like you can on the iPhone, and I would have loved to be able to check battery health on the iPad. Now, if you are still watching this video, do consider leaving a like, comment, and subscribe so you do not miss awesome videos that will be coming your way very soon. Now back to the video. Number four, app library and widgets. Yes, I know. Widgets. Widgets perhaps are getting a bad rep due to the expectations that many people had for iPadOS 15, but I love them. I've loved them since they came out on iOS 14, and something to note here on the iPad is that they actually change position depending on the orientation. So when you rotate the device, it actually changes a little bit. And something else to also note is that in portrait mode, the icons seem a little bit more squished together now. I love the app library, and I love that it is present on the dock. Now it makes it super easy for me to be able to get to apps very quickly. I also like the animation of how the app library opens and closes into the dock. This is wonderful attention to detail here by Apple. Number five, keyboard shortcuts. If you have an hardware keyboard like say the Magic keyboard that I have here, you can actually press and hold the command key to bring up available in-app shortcuts. Now that is nothing new, But what is new here, however, is that unlike before, there are two changes I've noticed. Now, the first is that when you let go of the command keys, the available shortcuts will still be on screen. The second is that you can actually scroll through them or even search for new shortcuts via a search box, which I will definitely appreciate, especially when I'm editing in LumaFusion. Number 6. A whole new look to Safari. Now, alongside iOS and macOS, Safari on iPadOS has gotten a whole new look. It is now more immersive, taking on the look of the website you're visiting, and it also has different tab groups that you can create to house your tabs. Now, if you're in the Apple ecosystem, it will actually synchronize across your devices. And also here on Safari, something new again that I think is that you can actually play YouTube videos in 4K in the browser. I did not think you could do that before. Sadly though, there is still one feature that I would have loved that is still missing here, and that is extended monitor support. Now, even on iPadOS 15, you still get the black box around the display, and Apple did not update it to properly support external displays. That is a bummer because I think this was a perfect opportunity to be able to do this, but you know, Apple knows best apparently. And there you have it. That has been some of my favorite features so far in iPadOS 15. Now let me know, what are some of your favorite features, or what are some of the things you're looking forward to? And also, if you bought the M1 iPad in anticipation of this update, are you going to return it? Let me know in the comment section down there below. I've been Emmanuel, this is Geekception, and don't forget to stay awesome. Bye!